fall is here. Fall is here.
Give me your thoughts on Mississippi State's defense.
They play their butts off. They play very hard. I think if one thing would show up would be effort. Effort. All 11 guys getting the football. It's hard to find a play where you don't see all those guys flying to the ball. They play extremely, extremely hard, and we got to fight fire with fire and play just as hard. And that's a challenge. That's a challenge throughout a game to play super hard all the time. That's our expectations, and that's what we got to get done to be able to perform against them.
How big of a challenge are their cornerbacks? They go 6'2" and 6'1".
I wish they were 5'4" and 5'5", but they're very good. They're opportunistic. They have great instincts. They see what's happening in front of them. They keep the play in front of them a lot. They play the ball in the air exceptionally well. They got good ball skills. They're everything you're looking for in a large corner. They do a nice job.
How confident are you now in the run game after what you're able to do against Georgia?
Well, I don't know the Georgia thing. You guys are referring to that a lot. I've felt pretty comfortable with handing the ball off most of the season. I feel like that's kind of who we are, and give the lineman a chance to go hit somebody, so I'm excited about that.
What's going to be different about game day with Coach Drew being up in the box? How do you guys kind of manage that?
I think let's answer that on Sundays. For us as a staff, we're trying to maintain our responsibilities the same way that we always have. I talked to Derek on the headsets. He'll be sitting beside me, so I don't know. I don't anticipate any difference, quite honestly, when it comes to game day.
How much do you guys communicate a lot play to play because y'all are so fast? Was there a ton of communication between
There's
plays?
about what you would expect.
What does that mean?
Oh, that means about, you're calling plays fast. There's not a lot of dialogue that goes on in between there. Derek and I will spend more time talking at post-series than we ever do during the series. He'll interject things what he wants to do quickly, and we'll keep right on rolling. But I don't see where he's at having any effect on that at all.
Mississippi State, you talk about how hard they play. Are they very multiple, really complex, or is it kind of here we are, who we are, and we're coming?
Oh no, I think complexities would define them too. They're all over with their fronts. They're an over and an under and a 3-4, and they do a little bit of everything. That's kind of in vogue right now in college football and the fronts, and they're going to try to create confusion and play hard. And that's keep the ball in front of them. They do a good job of all of those qualities. They're easily to define. They're hard to go attack.
Jim, how did Troy get over 500 yards against Mississippi State?
Did
you watch that?
Oh, yeah. I've watched the game many times. They lined up a lot in open formations, played at a rapid pace, handed it off, threw the ball in the perimeter. They did a lot of nice things, Troy did. I mean, that's who they are, and they played a good ball game down in Troy that day.
Do you do similar things to what Troy does?
Oh, we do. We do. We have some similarities to Troy, but we also have a more physical lining up with a fullback and a tight end style offense that we like also. They don't do a lot of that, Jimmy. They're a 4-wide team, it looks like, primarily.
How much improvement have you seen out of Rajon Neal from game 1 to now?
Quite a bit. I think he's getting more disciplined. The more reps he gets on particular runs, the better his vision is and the discipline he has. And I think we saw that a lot in the fastball game, that we hit the same play several times, and as the game went on, he grew more mature with the play and handled the play better.
Jim, what's been the biggest difference this season so far with Zach Rogers? Has it just been more opportunity? Has it been a sharper ability to go make plays?
I think you're dealing with maturity. He's a senior, and health. He stayed healthy. Yeah, that's the key for Zach. In his past, he's had a ding here and a ding there that's affected him because he's not a large guy. So when he gets hurt, it bothers him a lot. So far, he's stayed relatively healthy, and he's a senior. Those are neat. I look out there and see a few seniors on the field. It warms my heart. I like that. Seniors are neat people. I hadn't known that in a while. That was good.
Jim, would you talk a little bit about Drew Brees setting the NFL record for most consecutive touchdown passes in the game, breaking John Unitas?
Quite honestly, Jimmy, I hadn't followed a lot of it till obviously it became a game before, but it couldn't happen to a better person. I've spoken about Drew many occasions. He's a quality guy that outworks everybody. So anytime you have people like that work that hard and are good for the game, you want good things to happen for them. And I've wished that for Drew since he was through with us at Purdue, and he's been able to exceed everybody's expectations, and he'll continue to do so till he walks away from the game. And then I'm intrigued with what will come into his life after that, but it'll be something, and he'll do it very well.
Do you still keep in touch with him?
Not often. We don't speak very much. He's got so much going on, and I've had a little bit to do, and we kind of stay away. We'll get back acquainted, I'm sure, when it's all said and done.
Jim, this whole thing with Derek being in the press press box. Is this something that in your career you've experienced something like this, or is this a new one for you?
I've felt like a few times the head coach is sitting right next to me in the press box, but I've never had him there before. So I'm looking forward to it. It'll be a great experience.
You gonna let it
No,
go?
I have never had the head coach sitting
That's
by me
what
in
I
the
figured.
press box. But a few of my old bosses, I felt like they were there.
You're really looking forward to it, right?
I really have no issues with it. Coach and I got a great relationship. We talk throughout the game all the time. He'll be sitting right beside me, so we'll see. We'll manage. We're both grown-ups. I'm sure he'll yell at me and I'll yell at him, and we'll get right through it and keep right on with the game. That's kind of what happens. I won't yell at him. He's my boss, so you know how that goes.
You expect him to help you call plays?
Certainly. He always has before. Why would he stop now?
Who would take over his responsibilities on the sidelines?
You'll have to refer those questions to him. I'm not sure. Right now, we're doing status quo with everything we've been doing. You know, his responsibilities on the side, he handles all the timeouts and stuff, and I'm sure he's got a plan for that. We're going to discuss that at a later date. So we're ready to go. Everybody else is doing exactly what we always do.
I want to ask you one. During the Georgia game, when Tyler Bray said, "Hey, keep running the football," did that surprise you a little bit?
No, because I felt the same way. He was sensing it from the line, and the running backs were feeling energized to go hit them and keep playing physical ball. Didn't surprise me a bit. You know, quarterbacks are great when they're mature enough to handle it. They sense what's going on, and they understand if you can win in the line of scrimmage, it makes their life good. And Tyler's at that stage of his career. He understood what was going on, and the line were wanting to be fed, and so we tried to feed him.